Why is there people who live without God, without any religion? Yes, some may say they believe in a higher power, but they don't live in faith or have a relationship with that higher power they say they believe in. What happens with these people and how do they live a life without God? Let's meditate about this topic. But before we do, I invite you to find a quiet place. If you have some headphones, put them in. Let's take a deep breath. And let's invite the Holy Spirit to come. Let's begin. Today's topic is called, Without God, There is Nothing. We can try to lie to ourselves or convince ourselves that we don't need God like many people do. We can think that we can live and ignore Him or even only look for Him when we're facing any troubles or hardships. We can think that it doesn't matter what He says or what He wants, it only matters what I want. It's my life and I can do whatever I want. Okay, other people have been lied to by the devil and were convinced by other people that God is only an invention made up by religion, or that religion is only an invention made by people, and that these people only use this invention to take advantage. But how do you explain that throughout history many cultures, tribes, and races have religion and look for gods or a higher power? They've had a belief even before they had a religious teacher teaching them. Don't they realize that God's calling is something that happens in our hearts naturally? It's like breathing. Nobody has to teach a baby how to breathe. The baby does it naturally, all on its own. How can you also explain all those people who serve God without having a salary? Those men and women who have left all materialistic things, family, and many others to serve God. What interest could they have if they have left all those things to serve God? In John 15:4-7, Jesus tells us, "Remain in me, and I will remain in you. For a branch cannot produce fruit if it's served from the vine, and you cannot be fruitful unless you remain in me. Yes, I am the vine, and you are the branches. Those who remain in me, and I in them, will produce fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me and is thrown away like a useless branch and withers. Branches are gathered into a pile to be burned. But if you remain in me and my words remain in you, you may ask for anything you want and it will be granted." Have you seen those people who are supposedly Christians, who do no good, don't serve no one, and they don't even show a life of peace and tranquility? What kind of Christians is that? Well, it's one who dried up because they separated themselves from the branch being Jesus. Or have you also heard of people who have asked and not received? Well, how can they receive when they have separated themselves from God? But when you are connected with God, He will give you the best, and sometimes not even what you asked for, but better. Let's finish off with this last verse, John 15:8. "When you produce much fruit, you are my true disciples, and this brings you great glory." My brothers and sisters, without God, we are nothing. We can try to live a life without Him. You can distract yourselves or lie to yourselves, but sooner or later you will need Him. Let's stay a couple of minutes talking, meditating with God, and let's tell Him, "Speak to me, O Lord, for your servant is listening."